Hello and welcome. It is the 11th day of March, 2021, 9:08 p.m. Eastern. My name is Derek. This is the Money Charts channel. All bets, trades, and amongst the like, that's each his own risk and, of course, their own reward. Theta Fuel, TFuel, 711 Satoshi, the current price against that of Bitcoin. But 4 days ago, it was under 300. And late February, it was about 100 and change, 1 2/3. And way back when, and that's not that long ago, really, but start of the second week of this year, under 70. And I mean, even before here, it was like under 50. And even before then, this thing was 20. The moves can just be mind-boggling, to say this, at least. And I put this line in a few days ago as a potential area that I'd be looking at for resistance. And well, I guess I need to look now. Don't I? You're going to need to shorten out the time frame to see more, but you can see a little bit within this, other than the fantastic move that of on the day of the 11th of March. It came up, it pierced a little extra. Oh, how often that happens. And then it came back down to at least 622. And this thing closed at 7 p.m. Eastern, or a little over 2 hours ago. So this is still under 10% of the current period, 2 hours into this 24-hour session. So we can see a little bit of resistance there. But if we shorten out to the 4, do we see more? And yeah, we can see like 3 periods or so congested with it. And the hour is going to show a lot more, and here it is. So on the 12 o'clock stamp, price action coming up to above the 700, pulling back, and then even pulling back later down in here. Came close to reaching this level, piercing less. And I don't know how exact my 749 number was, but the high at the 1900 period, 747, so pretty much that exact hit. It followed through that with a nice little hold above the highs, and 1/6 of the way through this period, or about 18%, and just holding in, continuing further. So maybe it's still going to be longer term resistance and break through higher, and just maybe we'll have a little bit of a move. But if we're not going to find much resistance here, I'm not going to calculate it. It would be high though. Fast move to next key level. Now, one of the things that I'm thinking of as well is now whether this, how true what I say is, but when you get these coins that has like a like the Theta Fuel to the Theta kind of deal, the general rule is 10% of the value for the most part. I mean, Bitcoin Cash is not even close to 10% now, but it was a 5-to-1 ratio. And a lot of times it's less, is why I say. I mean, a lot of times it's even less than 10% for some of the good fork coins, or however. I mean, that's a different one, the fork, but within the free coins, I don't know how you want to call it, but you got 5 TFuel for every Theta that you come into play. So we can almost take this 711 and times it by 5. That's 3,500 and change. Either that to 36, and if we take 3,500, 3,600, and we multiply that by 10, that's well over 30,000. So the ratio percent is getting very, very high, I think, between that of Theta Fuel and Theta. This market is way overextended. I'm still thinking, do I even sell more? I sold some, not much. Like 15% of what I own, with no intention of buying it back. Do I sell more soon here? Do I hold? And you know what? Just selling a little bit there. If it goes up higher, I got more coins to work with. So on and so forth. But, I mean, when you got moves like this, you know there's going to be some decent sized pullbacks. You just can't have like a 7-8x move and expect, okay, 20, 30, 40% decline, and that's it. No, it's going to be deeper whenever, and it's already been high enough. It's going to be deeper when it goes down, and even at from 800, going down to like 200, 250, 300 would be just normal. In fact, if anything, coming back down to 100, the range would be like 250 to 100, I suppose. I don't know. It's tough to call right now. I use Fibonacci numbers. 20 was the low and this is the high. And then even Fibonacci from the breakout here, I don't know, the low was 118 here. But anyway, on to Theta. And its price is 12,882 Satoshi against the Bitcoin. It broke out on March the 2nd. So 9 days right now since it attempted and has been doing successful so far. And breaking out of what was a sideways consolidation, at least this range, it got up to that range on Christmas of last year. So all of January, all of February, and a little bit more. I'm just going sideways, and now it's been a little bit nice little gain. Previous high here of like 7,800 has been nicely taken out. I had a feeling this thing could go at least to like the high, close to 20, if not even 30,000. But even now, I mean, this could be the top at 14,000, and it might not be. If you can see this thing, I mean, there's a good chance it's not going to be, because usually when you see this, this is why they might say calling tops and bottoms are fool's games. But if it does manage to get above the 18 average of highs in here, hold a little continuation, it would show this correction that it had starting at 1600 hours today. Was a short-lived pullback, a little bit of profit taking here and there. And that's it. And there's only been just that, a little bit of profit taking. This thing is going to have to have a nice little correction at some point as well, too, at least against the Bitcoin. I think the days of it seeing priced at 1,000 Satoshi is over. The deepest I think you might see it come back down to is 3. But realistically, if it tops in this area here, 3,800 to like 7,300 is an area I'd be looking at as a possible area for where the price actually would come down to. But the last key place at which it came to, basically the slot machine number, all 7s. And finishing it off against the fiat, over 7 1/3. I mean, I don't know what else there's to say about that, but wowzers, it's been a fantastic run. It was a dime before, and it was like 20 quarter here. It resisted around a little over $0.50. Then it resisted a little over 4/5 even, like 80 cents. Then we had this little range at around $2, a little under it. Then we ranged in here for a couple weeks at 3 1/3. It's been a monstrous run. The breakout attempt here pretty much came March 2nd, March 3rd, and it's just continuously been going up. And I mean, December 25th, what happened here? It hit this high, and I mean, different market making all these higher highs and higher lows, because this little move in here, February the 8th, had a nice little gain, and then it held where it came from via that against the dollar. In fact, it technically never did come back to where it came from, or piercing less, because the low on February 23rd came in on 264, and the high here is 251. So almost coming back. I know that could be frustrating if you're like, oh, okay, let's buy it like 252 or something, and you don't get the buy-in, or 255, whatever. Hey, you know what, that happens. I've been there before, so that's just part of the game. And the moves are fantastic, to say the least. And if you've just been in a situation where you just bought and held, you're like, oh my goodness, what to do and different things. Understand your portfolio situation. Might be good to get your calculator, spreadsheet, a notepad book, or an accounting book, if you will. Do what you need to do in situations like this. Also, for just like trading and stuff like this, if you wait for extra gains, the more options you have for. If you buy any type of fund and you put, say, 1 unit into it, and then it doubles, well, now you got 2. So you can take half of it and then buy it back and do whatever with the other half. But if it does 4x, well, now you only need a quarter of it to buy it all back. And you get where I'm getting on when it goes 7, 8, 10, 20x. You got so many other big options. Maybe you want to start ratio trading with something else. Well, I can take 10% of my thing. Oh, my goodness, that's a lot. That's a good feeling to have. Or whatever it might be. I'm just going to sell it, buy this coin instead. And, okay, maybe I want to liquidate some of it into cash. What percentage you want to do, how much of it, and so on. To me, that's all part of risk-reward management, which I feel is job number 1. Thank you for tuning in. Have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.